If I were starting peptides today, here's exactly what I would do. If I were starting peptides today, I would not start by ordering 5 different peptides and injecting everything at once. And I definitely wouldn't choose a peptide just because somebody on TikTok said it helped them lose 20 pounds, pull their shoulder, or suddenly they look 25 again. I would start with a strategy because peptides aren't magic. They're signals. And if you understand what you're trying to signal your body to do, choosing that right path for the peptide becomes much easier. So if I were starting peptides from scratch today, here's the roadmap that I would follow. Step 1, define the goal. The first question I would ask, and I always send this out in questionnaires, what am I actually trying to accomplish? Is it fat loss? Am I looking for muscle recovery, better sleep, improved body composition, healthy aging, hair, skin, nails, maybe an injury recovery, better energy? Because there is no such thing as one best peptide. The best peptide is the one that actually matches your goal. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. They hear about a peptide that's popular and immediately think, I need that. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Your protocol should be built around your physiology, your goals, not somebody else's peptide stack. If you want to know what to do, ask me. I'm happy to send you a questionnaire over. Step 2, get the foundation right. Before I started stacking peptides, I'd look at the basics. How am I sleeping? Am I eating enough protein? Am I resistance training? What's my stress level? Am I metabolically healthy? What do my labs look like? Remember, you cannot manage what you're not measuring because peptides don't replace nutrition, exercise, sleep, hormones, or good metabolic health. They're tools that can complement those things. Think about it, building a house. You wouldn't spend thousands and thousands of dollars on beautiful countertops if the foundation underneath the house was falling apart. And your health works the same exact way. You have to start on the foundation. Step 3, start simple. If I were brand new to peptides, I would not start with 6 compounds. I'd start simple. Why? Because if you introduce multiple compounds at the same time and something works incredibly well, or you experience an unwanted effect, you have no idea which compound caused it. I like to spread them out. So depending on someone's goals and medical situation, the conversation might include peptides or peptide-related compounds being studied or used in areas such as growth hormone signaling, body composition, tissue recovery, metabolic health, or healthy aging. But I would introduce things strategically rather than throwing everything into one massive stack. More isn't always better. Sometimes the smartest protocol is the simplest protocol. Step 4, know what you're actually using. This part is really important. The peptide world has exploded. And I love that. I love that everyone's learning about peptides. Unfortunately, quality hasn't necessarily exploded with it. Where something comes from matters. Identity matters. Purity matters. Sterility matters. Testing matters. Storage matters. And transparency matters. A vial with a beautiful label doesn't tell you what's actually inside it. That's one reason I'm so passionate about education in the space and why quality and transparency are such important principles behind the aminos that I choose. If you're researching compounds, you should understand exactly what you're looking at rather than blindly trusting marketing. Step 5, track your baseline. Here's something that almost no one talks about. Before changing your protocol, document where you're starting. Always. I always tell my patients and clients that. Write it down. Take measurements. Take progress pictures. Track your sleep. Track your workouts. Track your energy. Track your recovery. All these matter. And when appropriate, work with a qualified healthcare professional to monitor relevant lab markers. Hello. You cannot manage what you're not measuring. Because otherwise people say, I think it's working. Okay, how do we know? I want objective information whenever possible. If your goal is body composition, measure body composition. If your goal is performance, track your performance. If your goal is recovery, track your recovery. You can't intelligently optimize something if you're not measuring it. Step 6, don't chase instant results. I think a lot of people fall into this. This is where people get impatient. It's just like with functional medicine, right? It's not an overnight fix. They start something Monday and by Friday they're saying, I don't feel anything. Your body isn't Amazon Prime, people, okay? Not every biological process happens in 2 days. Some effects may be noticed relatively quickly. I just had somebody start something on Monday and they said that they felt incredibly lighter and had already lost weight today, and it's Wednesday. Others may take considerably longer. There's no one size fits all. And some compounds simply may not produce the result that you're hoping for. That's why constantly changing your protocol makes it difficult to know what's actually happening. Give your body time, track the response, then make an educated decision. Step 7, think in phases. I always work in phases. This is probably the biggest thing that I would do differently if I were starting today. I would stop thinking about peptides as what stack should I take and start thinking, what phase am I in? Maybe phase 1 is improving metabolic health and body composition. Phase 2, it might focus more heavily on recovery and performance. Phase 3 might focus on maintaining the results that you've created. Your needs can change. Your training can change. Your labs can change. Your goals change. And your protocol should be able to change with them. My protocol has changed so many times since I started peptides almost 3 years ago. So remember, you have to track your progress. The biggest mistake that I see is believing peptides can compensate for everything else. You can't consistently sleep 4 hours a night, eat poorly, avoid exercise, stay chronically stressed, and expect one compound to fix the entire picture. Peptides can be fascinating tools, but they're still tools. Your nutrition matters. Your sleep matters. Your training matters. Your hormones matter. Your metabolic health matters. And more importantly, your lifestyle matters. Remember, I always say this, man, if you're drinking like a fish and eating like shit, don't waste your time on peptides. So, if I were starting peptides today, my roadmap would be simple. Define the goal. Understanding my baseline. Fix the foundation. Educate myself about the compound. I'm always throwing out information on my social media. Please follow me. Prioritize quality and transparency. Start conservatively. Track the response. And adjust strategically. That's how I believe this space should be approached. Not chasing the newest trend, not copying somebody else's stack, and definitely not assuming that more is better. Educate yourself first. Because once you understand what these compounds are designed to do, and they are freaking amazing, I love them so much, you can start asking much better questions. I'm Dr. Cindy Ross, and if you want me to keep breaking down peptides, amino compounds, recovery, body composition, longevity, and the science behind them, please follow along. And if you're interested in learning more about research compounds and our commitment to transparency, please reach out to me. I'm happy to send you a questionnaire over. Let's learn more about your goals, and I can help you map it out. I'll see you in the next video.